Hello students, I want to show you how to set up a Blogger using your Nicolay Google account. So the first thing that you would do is make sure you sign into your Nicolay Google account. And then the next thing you want to do is go to blogger.com. And even though it seems like we're going out into the wild web, this is actually still under the umbrella of Nicolay Services. So just keep in mind, whatever you do on this blog, keep it school appropriate because you're using your school account. So you need to follow Nicolay's acceptable use policy for this. And I'll be able to see your activity on your blog using my Hapara dashboard. So I will have access to what you're writing. So just keep that in mind ahead of time. So anyway, blogger.com takes you to a place that looks similar to this. Mine is slightly different because I have a couple blogs already set up using my account. I'm going to show you how to create a new one. So you would go to new blog, and now your title is really important because that's going to be the headline on your blog. So you want it to be something that makes sense, something that is related to your purpose for the blog. Our purpose for this particular blog is to do our journaling for while we read The Alchemist. Later on, if we like it, I think we may continue using that to do some reflective work on other units. But for right now, be thinking about you're going to be asked to do some introspective type writing based on The Alchemist. So based on kind of your idea of your own personal legend. So rather than calling it my English blog, you may want to call it something related to its more specific purpose. So I think I'm going to call mine my journey through English. I may change that later, which I can easily do through settings. So if you're feeling a little bit of pressure and you can't come up with quite the right name right now, put something that's kind of good at least, or what the best you have right now, and then know that in settings you can change it later. Again, keep it school appropriate. It's really important that we do that since we are under that obligation through school. Now, the addresses can be a little trickier. It's just like when you set up a new email address, it has to be something completely original, so no one else in the web has this particular um, address. So it may take a few tries. So I'm gonna try first. For my first choice would be my journey at blogspot.com. So we'll see if that's available. Oh, it's not available. All right, Mrs. Moore. Nah, I don't want to say the Mrs. Moore Journey blogspot.com. Ooh, that one's not either, so I will try the Mrs. Mrs. Moore Journey blogspot.com. I'll take it. And now here, it's asking you for your template. Now this is the look of your blog. Like this is how it's going to be set up. And so, but they only give you a few choices in this first window. I'm going to pick one for now because I know that once I do that, I'm going to go to this screen and there's going to be this theme button and I'll have a lot more choices. So for now, I'm just going to try this one, I guess. And I'll create my blog and it'll give me I don't want this. I don't want the domain name, so I'll get rid of that. And now it takes me to my blog, and I have all these choices here. So here's posts. When I want to have a post, I'll hit the orange button, and I'm going to show you that in a minute. Stats is like who's reading your blog, how many people have looked at it. You can make comments on blogs. They'll show up here. Earnings and campaigns we won't use. That's for people who use a blog for business. Pages, you can add pages to your blog. You really don't need to though. Most of the time a blog is like a one-page journal. But later on, if you want to try that feature, that's fine with me. Your layout is kind of how your page is set up. So you'll see in the header, my title will be I could have a follow by thing if I wanted to. I can have a page list. And this is how it's going to look. I'm going to have my blog post here. Any featured posts that I want to put up at the top will be there. I'll have a little profile. If I want to write on that, I can do that from settings. And then this will show, like the blog archives means it'll show all of my posts. I like this arrangement, so I'm just going to keep it. But if you do want to change it, you can move things around. Like you could put this over here if you wanted to, and then put it back. So feel free to play around with that. Theme is where I really want to go. Oops. Um, Theme is going to show me different things, different looks for my blog. So that's kind of cool. You may have to click on them to see clearly what they look like. You can also customize. You could add your own background or pictures to it. So if you want that, it is available to you. Otherwise, I'm just going to take a look at what they have here. See if anything looks good. I've used this one quite a bit, so I'm kind of sick of that one. Maybe I'll go back. Okay. View blog. It doesn't look great, does it? All right, so back to Blogger. And then I'll come down here and see what they have for me. I could keep it simple. You're going to do a lot of pictures. There's some that seem more suitable for that. Some looks kind of pretty. I'll try that. Oh, I like that. So that I'm going to apply that to my blog. Okay. And if I want to change the name of my blog, I would do it through settings. Okay, so you can actually even, I would go here to edit my title of my blog, no problem. I would go here, you can even edit your URL. Okay, gives you some other choices. You can add authors to your blogs. Please don't do that for class. Okay, but that looks pretty good. And then I think I'm ready to think about my post. So I'll go to posts and I'll hit new post. And up here is my title, and I'm going to title that Journal 1, My Goals, because that's the topic of the first journal. And then I'm just going to write a response, about a 200-word response. So that's pretty, it's a fair amount of words about my goals. I'm just going to start from right now, my goals for this year. I'm striving to be more organized and less afraid to try new things. For example, I would like to include more technology in my classes. Okay, so I don't really know what I'm going to say yet, but that's just an example. So I want to add more to this. This is not going to get me a good grade. This is not a developed response. So I'm going to save it so that I can come back later and I can add more to it. I want to see what it looks like on my blog, then I'll preview it. Okay, that looks pretty nice, but it's certainly not done yet. So then I'm going to go back to my post. And when I'm ready, completely done and ready, then I publish it and then other people can see it. Until I publish it, no one else can see it. So make sure that you save and that you preview and go back and edit, get rid of all your typos. And even after you publish, you will still be able to go back and edit if you need to. All right, I think this is enough to get you started. So let me know if you have questions. Hopefully this was helpful to you.